Hello again, guys. Welcome to the Trading Exposed channel. You're probably watching this on YouTube or TikTok. Welcome. You know, this week I was thinking like whether to stop doing this, because if you're trading, the when you start getting your payout from funded accounts, you can sort of see how whatever you be getting from YouTube may not be that much. So, like, it's not worth the effort. But I thought, you know, these videos could help some traders out there. I've been to some trading conference. I've seen some trading conference that the nonsense they teach or say is actually it's just to lure people into, and people are attending this thing, people are losing money, and some even I've watched a lot of uh, trading stuff that is also worthless. And I think, why is it like this? And I feel it's because those that are making money from trading, consistent money from trading, are usually like myself. We want to keep to ourselves most of the time. I think most of them are even introverts, and they feel they just want to be trading on the low key and collecting their money, and not disturbing anybody and not having anyone disturb them, and just do their thing. Especially because of what we've been through, what you go through to become a successful trader. You sort of want to lock up. But then, if we do that, the only voices heard there will be those who want to scam you, those who want to sell you things, those who want to um, uh, gamble with your money. Like, some people will say they are account managers. If you give them your money, they are just going to gamble with your money. So I thought, let me just keep doing this. It may help some people, even if it's just one or two people who come across this channel and take the thing seriously. It will help them, really help them. And if they have a friend or family member interested in trading, instead of losing their hard-earned money and falling into the hands of scammers they will not even know they are being scammed, because if you don't know what you don't know, So let me keep doing this. Some it will be an eye opener for some, and also for some that are already trading, it will sort of let you know where you need to buckle up. So yeah, like, this week was really hard for me. Like, I blew a funded account. It was what was it called? uh, yeah, I blew a funded account, but it was not from trading my strategy. It was from doing something that is completely outside my strategy. So I thought, it's part of the journey, and I thought, let me share it, and I could tell you guys how to avoid things like this. So I wrote a few things down here. I think you need to get your pen and paper. These are serious. This is something serious. This is something you need to do. You know, if you could do these things I listed out, you could go far really quick. But you must do these things. This is serious stuff. So get your pen and paper. Let's begin. First, I want you to understand that in the financial market, you don't have to be brilliant to make money. You don't need to be a genius. In the financial market, someone who is disciplined will um, outperform the genius. That's just the truth. Because someone who is disciplined would consistently avoid dumb decision. But if you're brilliant, you're a genius, one dumb decision in the market can ruin you. Your trading career can be ruined. Just that one dumb decision. So write that down. You don't need to be brilliant. You just need to avoid consistently dumb decision. Now, number two, the less you know, the better. So why? You think the more you know, the better. In most feed, the more you know, the better. But when it comes to trading, the more you know, the more paralyzed you are to take action. And not just that, the more you also know, the more it can give you false confidence. Not like you become overconfident. Now, something you should have been patient with or manage your risk with. You feel you can you can do it. Maybe you have your setup and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna put 5% in this because obviously it's going to go this way. I know it's going to go this way. See all my confluences and the trend, the news, fundamental, everything is just aligned. And so you make that stupid decision. And that one trade can ruin the profits you have been compounding for months or even years. In some worst case scenarios, it can even end your trading career. At that point, you might just feel, I'm done with this thing. It doesn't work. But it works. You're the one that made that one dumb decision because you know too much. So what will I say? Learn one thing. Like there's a lot of ways to trade the market, and there's a lot of ways people make money. There's smart money concept, ICT, Fibonacci, harmonic patterns, Elliott wave, GAN, and Quasimodo. There's trend lines, support and resistance, supply and demand, and moving averages, Bollinger Bands, MACD, and all that volume profiling and all that. There's so much. But all you need to do is focus in on one. Focus in on one. Don't try to know everything. It's good to have a broad idea, a general idea of all of them. It's good. Just sort of get the concept of how it works. But zoom in on one. If it's Bollinger Band, if it's pure price action, if it's ICT, just zoom in on one and then act with that one. Take action and sort of see how you can be making dumb decision with that one and how you can avoid more and more of the dumb decision. And then the right decisions you make gets to pile up. So you see, you don't need to know much. All right. So the next one is you need to learn to do nothing in the market. It sounds easy. It sounds easy, but this is the reason I blew my account this week. Was it this week? It was last week. Yeah, it was in the week this week. This is the reason because I got bored. I already saw it in my strategy. My strategy is very simple. If it's sort of momentum and sort of like the day opening, and if there's momentum and I have a level I get in, and if it violates that level I get out. So it's sort of very simple. And I also have something I see. If price does that before it gives me my entry, it's already showing me that this might be a ranging day, so I'm not supposed to trade. Price, the day I blew my account, it showed me, guy, this might be a ranging day. Don't trade. But after a few hours, I was bored. I like let me do something. I did something that is completely outside my strategy and even completely outside what I trade. I saw the stuff somewhere. I said, oh, I could take this strategy. I'll reduce my risk, so I will not risk much. But I use the first calculator, and because I'm not familiar with that pair, the calculator told me to use a particular lot size. I did not know that lot size, I was supposed to be risking 0.9% on it because I plan to exit if some, but I was actually risking up to 0.8% or more when I put that trade because it was like 10x what I should have put in. So immediately I entered, I was in massive loss. That I said, what? And the forex calculator told me to use that. But because that pair, I've not done it before. So I was supposed to edit something in the calculator that would give me the accurate lot size. I was done already like 0.5%. I was like, guy, let this thing just move, come to break even or close. And it just kept going like that. Just because I got bored of doing nothing. So you must learn to do nothing in the financial market. It's difficult, but it's part of what will keep you in the market. You have to sit on your hands and do nothing. When your setup does not present something, you've traded your setup for months. You've withdrawn. You know it works. Stick with it. Even if it gets boring, stick with it. All right, let's move on to the next one. What I wrote down next is temperament and self-control. Yeah, temperament and self-control. That is what is going to consistently pay you in the market. It's not your strategy. Because if you don't have self-control, you are going to deviate one day from your strategy and you're going to blow your account. But that's temperament, and having that discipline to self-control yourself and sticking with your plan will allow your account to compound over time. The account will grow slowly but surely over time. That is what you are looking for, not overnight riches. You blow your account. All right. So what I wrote, the next one I wrote is the world is full of smart people doing dumb things. The world is full of smart people doing dumb things. You know, I know this is so true. A lot of people are smart, but people are always doing dumb things. That's why all the things that is trending most of the time is dumb things. Dumb things. Why? We are we are just emotionally unstable. Because well, if you're a Christian, you're not a Christian. But if you're a Christian, you know it's because of the fall. We are not right in the head. When we fall, so we are not functioning as we ought. We actually are insane. Although we don't know it. So we think we are sane actually. So, but yeah, if you check the trend, if you just check history, like some things that happened in history did not need to happen. If people just avoided the dumb things they did or said, or so we are always doing dumb things, no matter how smart you are, no matter how genius you are. Now, your goal as a trader is to avoid the dumb things. So you don't need to be smart, you don't need to be a genius to consistently make money in trading. You just need to avoid the dumb things that we do as human beings. Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, so the next one is the smarter you are, the easier it is to fool yourself. There's a quote in the Bible that there's more hope for a fool than someone that is wise in his own eyes. Now, let's bring it to trading. When you are really smart, like maybe you're an engineer or doctor or rocket scientist or what, and you sort of work with certainties. You do your calculations and everything's like, yeah, yeah, uh-huh. It's sort of you know it works. Yeah, you put two and two together. You see it plays out. But in trading, market is very irrational, and the market can stay irrational longer than you can be rational. And that is all that is needed for you to blow your account before the market aligns itself with rationality or becomes what you would consider rational. So now, um, what can I give as an example? It, the fiat currency is just it's a promise. It's a promise from the government. There's nothing really backing it up. It's just they print money all the time, and they even when they are not printing paper money, they are printing money because when you deposit money in the bank, your bank just have to keep like 10%, and then they can lend out the other 90% as loan, and that person puts it in the bank also. They also have to keep 10% and lend that. Money is being created out of thin air. So it's paper money is really nothing. Now, there's something called there's gold. Gold is something. Gold is valuable. You cannot multiply gold. But check the value of gold. Is it rational compared to the money that has been printed out of thin air in every country, dollar and everything, pounds? It's just nothing backing it up. It's not rational. But that's how the world works. You don't need to uh, try to say, "Oh, this must happen." Yes, statistics statistically speaking, or technically speaking, yes, it should happen. But the market don't care about what you think or what should happen. The market does what the people want to do, and people are not rational. You gotta understand that. So that will humble you. No matter how smart you are, just calm down. Just calm down and don't allow your smartness to fool you. And try to understand currently right now, especially as a trader, because traders, our decisions is like day to day. Like I'm a day trader. So there are scalpers, they are a lot quicker than day traders, and they are swing traders. But if you are trading anything less than within a month or a week or a day that you get in and out of positions, you need to understand that human emotions are in play, and what you think should be happening, maybe oil prices should be going up because some country that is producing oil decided they want to produce less oil. It may not reflect on the chart for like another 2 months. You should work with what you're seeing. That's why I say you should not let your own smartness put you in trouble. All right, let's move on to the next one. If you don't have self control or temperament, the market will teach you the hard way. Yeah, the market will teach you the hard way, and your tuition fee will be in money. You pay dearly for it. It will cost you. So you need to understand. How do you want to learn? You want to learn the easy way or the hard way? I go for the easy way. That's why I'm making these videos. I'm not expecting to be making anything tangible from this video. I won't be. Like, if it happens, fine, but I don't expect. But I'm expecting that some of you may take this actually serious and it will change your life, in trading, because this is what I'm doing. I'm learning to do, and I'm seeing results. And when I deviate from it, I get the cane really fast. I'm feeling like, let me be sharing it. It will help some, because I see some people, some are matured people, and I see them going to this conference. They're telling them, you're doing this, you'll be making money, blah blah blah. And I feel sorry. I feel sorry for some of these people. I feel sorry because some of them look like fathers and mothers, and I understand that we in our country people are looking for alternative ways to make money because of what's happening, and you see all these flashy forest guys flashing money up and down. You think they know what they are doing, you think they can tell you how you can make money, and you think they can put you through. They're not making money from trading, they're making money from you. Most of them, they, there are very few, if there's any, that is making money from trading, or who will actually tell you the things you need to know. So yeah, so I'm hoping some of you will take this serious. If you have friends that is trading, you have loved ones that is trading, if you want them to succeed, send them channels like this. This is not the only channel. There may be some that share things like this, but someone that is willing to tell them the truth about trading and things they can act on that would improve their trading exponentially. Yeah. All right. Let's move on to the next one. So you don't need to know or chase the future. You just need to stop repeating the past. I like this one. I like this one because most of the time, traders think that, oh, we just need to know what's going to happen next. In fact, people that are not trading, people that don't know how to trade, they think we are predicting the future, or they think we can predict the future. Someone can ask me like, so what do you think is going to happen to gold tomorrow? I don't know. I don't know. If I will be honest with you, not many people will be honest with you. I don't know. I work with probability as a trader. If this and this happen, it's more very likely that this will happen. But it doesn't have to happen. Most of the time it will not happen. But when it happens, I make money. If it doesn't happen, I don't lose much. I'm out. I just lose 0.5 or 1% and I'm done. Finally. I'll come the next day. But I know that the probability of this happening is higher. Even the weather forecast, they can forecast because they see this should happen. But sometimes it doesn't happen. Even as sophisticated as they are with all their data and all their machine, they can say, oh, rain is supposed to be falling in Lagos by this time. But sometimes it doesn't fall at that time. It falls in the night or the next day. That is how it is. That is how it is. You need to understand that. Don't try to predict the future. And the good thing for us is now, in this world we live in today, it's so easy to have access to data. You have your computer, you have your phone, you can backtest. There's a lot of data to check history, check what usually happens, and how can you take advantage of that thing that usually happens. Because what usually has been happening will also be happening, although it may happen in different forms, and but it's the same thing. That's why we can get repeatable patterns in the chart. And people talk about harmonic patterns, W or MO, or supply and demand, or smart money concept, fair value gaps, other blocks. It's just because these things usually happen. It has been happening. It will be happening because the people that are trading the market are still the same people. The people that control the market are still the same people. They usually do the same thing. They don't change what they are doing. Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next one. I hope this video is not long. Maybe I'll do part two. I'm thinking this is getting too long, and I still have a few things to go through here. But let me stop here so it will not be too long, and I'll do part two if you guys want to hear it. Because sometimes we don't want to hear the truth. Who wants to hear that they are gambling instead of trading? Who wants to hear that you need to stop trading or you need to reduce or simplify your strategy? Who wants to hear, like, we don't like to hear these things sometimes, but we need to hear it. So let me stop here. I'll continue. I'll do part two some other time. You can, if I'll be sharing it on YouTube, on TikTok. You can take the link, share it with your friends, share it with your family that is trading, and if you know someone that wants to trade, share to them. In fact, if you know someone that wants to trade, and if the person is not, if he has other options, I would say don't even. But unless it's someone that maybe your options are limited and you feel like you are ready to give it what it takes, then yeah, someone like that should do it. And someone who is disciplined. The people that don't want to trade actually are the ones who have the psychological what it takes to be a successful trader, because they are afraid of losing their money, and they respect they like stability. They like to keep things slow. That is good. Slow, stable, not exciting. You don't Trading should not be exciting. Profitable trading is not exciting. It's boring, it's slow, it's patient and disciplined. So yeah, I would make part two. I hope I will try to do it out of, but yeah, you guys should like it and subscribe to this channel, because it will help, I think, the algorithm to, when they see people liking it or subscribing, they push it out. They feel this is important information for others to get access to. Let's help traders out there who wants to learn, who because there's so many junk out there, and that will not really help you. It will not really help you. All right, guys. Thanks for your time, and hope to see you in the part two. Yeah. Take care.